Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina, folks. The Friday Night Bandstand is going at it, and I'm so excited when that starts. And I've got coming up Lancaster Parks and Recreation, Jen Shamblin. She is the recreation supervisor. She's going to talk with us about some of those upcoming acts for Friday Night Bandstand, and a fella by the name of George, which those who know or a little bit about the acts and things that have been happening and for the Friday Night Bandstand, and even last year they had some Saturday night entertainment. George is the one who is helped out with getting those different acts and entertainment. So he's going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to have something a little different. I've wanted to do this for quite some time. I wanted to bring in maybe something that I do at home that can maybe help you at home. And it's super easy because if I can do it, you can do it. And one of those things, it took me, well, I didn't, it took a handyman to end up figuring out, but it's something that can keep you from getting a handyman. And that's why I want to help you with that. Not that I don't believe in handyman, I do, but this one, you'll know. It was absolutely ridiculous. We'll be right back. I've got some fun things coming up. It's Down Home with Tina.
My name is Allie. I just became 14 years sober at the end of last month. Through the support of my family and friends, I got the courage to ask for help. And through treatment services and the recovery community, I was able to start my recovery journey. Now I get to work as a peer supporter and an addiction treatment navigator where I get to help the next sick and suffering. If you don't have family and friends that can support you right now, you can find those supports through treatment providers, the recovery community, and peer supporters like me. Every life matters, and your recovery is worth it.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have Jen Shamblin. She is recreation supervisor at the Lancaster Parks and Recreation. And it's so exciting because summer is almost here. It's not technically the date-wise, but to me, summer's here.
Summer is here.
When Friday Night Bandstand starts at the end of May, summer's here.
Absolutely. And we're there. We're into June, and it's been going great.
Oh my goodness. So the pools are open. You've got a lot of things going on. We're going to talk about Friday Night Bandstand. Yes. And one of the fellas behind helping to get some of those acts for the Friday Night Bandstand. But Jen, what all do you guys have happening? A lot.
We do. So yeah, Tiki Pool is open. Miller Pool is open. We have our staff. They're there. It's been really busy and really great. So we're excited about that. We have some dive-in movies, teen night coming up. So, which we always partner with the Fairfield County Sheriffs. We've talked about that before, so it's a big night. It's Thursday night, June 29th, I believe. Okay. So from 7 to 10.
And kids just
that's at Miller.
Cash to pay for that?
It's free. It's free.
Oh, that night is free.
That night is free for ages 12 to 17.
Okay.
The Fairfield County Sheriffs, they bring food, games, all kinds of stuff. We have music. Usually Al Hildinger and Johnny Garber are there playing music, and the kids have a blast. So I'm very grateful for the Fairfield County Sheriffs.
How often do you have the dive-in movies?
We do two a season. So we do one at Miller and one at Tiki.
Okay.
So this year at Miller, because Miller Pool is turning 100.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been in our community for 100 years. I know we talked about that last time.
And I don't know if I told you this. This is really funny because I worked at an establishment once where one of the ladies, it was so funny. My coworkers, we had a customer come in and then left, and she goes, I think she married the guy that I had a crush on at Miller Pool way back in like the 70s or the 80s, which is hilarious because being 100 years old made me think of that.
Right.
There are many relationships that have started and are possibly still married today. Some of those relationships from the lifeguards at the pool or something.
Absolutely.
Like that.
And so
great
Pearline,
memories to be made there.
Yes, and people love it there. So we do have a Lancaster resident, Pearline. She's a pearl of the parks, as we like to call her. She just stopped in the other day to get her pool pass, and she's 92 years old, and she goes to Miller Pool about every day. She loves it there. So
it's a great form of exercise. Swimming,
absolutely,
it really is good for you. Yeah, and getting in the sun doesn't hurt at all.
So that's happening.
You said the pool pass, though, Jen. What's it take to get a pool pass?
So we do have family pool passes, which are $300, and Martha and Carol will take their pictures and put them on the pool pass. Those are for a family up to 6 people, or individuals are $95, and you can just bring those in. Or the daily admittance for Tiki is $5, and Miller is $4.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of different, rates, and if you come in after, like 4 o'clock or something like that, it's a different rate. So a lot of fun.
The dive-in movies, that is for all ages?
All ages, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
those are family nights.
Just making sure. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. Perfect. And if you have a pool pass, you can use that to come in. You don't have to pay. Otherwise, it's $5. You get free popcorn, the movie, swimming. Just a lot of fun.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
So are you having a celebration for the 100?
We are. So actually, we're going to, throughout the entire summer, if you come to Miller, you're going to see pictures of Miller Pool from way back in the day. We're going to have like different bathing suits throughout the 100 years, like how bathing suits have evolved. So we're, really working to make it a cool atmosphere the entire season. So
that'll be fun.
And then the dive-in movie is it's Hotel Transylvania, but it's a birthday party in that movie, so that we kind of incorporated that into that dive-in movie for Miller.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Fun. And then, of course, some of the big thing that we want to talk about, because you have a fellow who has helped to get some of these acts that we'll have on in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Friday
Night Bandstand. How many years do you know that we've been doing this?
I believe it's 42.
Okay.
So I think this is the 42nd year. It in itself has evolved from, because it used to just be at the bandstand, at the gazebo, and that's where it came from. Fairfield Federal is the sponsor. We're so grateful to them. And then about 5 years ago, we got the stage, built the stage, and we do partner with the Lancaster Festival. They own the stage, and we kind of man it and everything. So it's a good partnership.
The street being blocked off, I just thought of that. Is that blocked off for the entire season, or just
the entire? Yeah,
it is. Okay, and that's Broad Street.
Yep, Broad to
Wheeling.
right by to Wheeling. Yeah. It's closed.
Yeah. Okay. So folks do keep that in mind. Yes.
Right. But you can still get access to the alley and everything. So, and then right there in front of the bistro. But,
yes. Yeah. Perfect.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So it's a fun summer. We have 10 weeks of Friday Night Bandstand. We're already we've already had two weeks of it. So this Friday is going to be Callista Minton. She's opening, and then Stadium 11, which is some classic rock, and so we're really excited. We've got a whole lineup. I mean, then the next one is, and he was just on, as our Elvis impersonator, Todd Barry.
Yeah,
and,
I can. How early can we get our seats? Because this is what comes to mind. It's like that is going to be a packed house that night.
I think so.
He said that when I talked to him, that we didn't talk about it during the interview, though, Jen, is that the Elvis movie made him even more popular.
Oh, yeah.
So folks, keep that in mind. He said younger generations. He is doing a birthday party for, I think it's a teenage, like younger 13 or something, birthday party. So the younger generation don't think that they're not going to be there.
Right, they'll be there.
They're going to be there.
So bring your chair. I mean, people usually even start setting up maybe about 5-ish.
Okay.
But bring your own chair. The Dora is there, so you can go to the bistro. You can have a drink if you want in the cup, and then we also started working with Fun Bus this season, because they're doing a loop that has around downtown that has 7 stops. There's a map out there, so that if you want to hop on the trolley with your chair, and if you park a little further away, they'll bring you down to Broad and Wheeling to drop you off and pick you back up and take you back. I think it's $5.
Nice.
Yeah, and they have season passes for it as well. So
Oh, very good. Then you can plan out your whole summer Friday Night Bandstand.
exactly. And then I know O'Hood's and Bob's Backyard Barbecue, they're taking online orders, and then they will deliver it downtown.
Oh,
Yeah, so
very nice.
and of course the bistro is right there as well.
Yeah,
So
yes,
grabbing the food. So it's just a great atmosphere, and we're really excited about the lineup. And yes, George Kidder with Kidder Entertainment. Couldn't do this without him. He's the right hand man behind all this, and he's great.
He got on board a couple of years ago. There was a connection or something with George. Is that what it was?
Yeah, he's
Or how
been
many
here.
years?
He's
It's
been
a
doing
while.
it a good while. I think 5. He'll be able to tell you for sure, but
Okay,
I think
yeah.
he's been a part of it for at least 5 years.
And he has helped bring in some of these different acts
Oh,
that we've never
absolutely.
had.
Yeah, everybody loves George. They say, George, you want us to play in Lancaster? Yeah, so he'll tell you that too.
Awesome. Jen, what else would you like to share with folks? We've got a couple of minutes
Oh,
left. before we
sure.
get on to
So other things that are happening, camps are going on at Alley Park. So out the outdoor ed things they have, archery camp, survivor camp. They're doing Camp Alley carts, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do.
Like that.
Yeah, and then so go to the website and check those out. I have tennis camp going on, No Limits Athletics basketball camp. There's soccer camps, hockey camp, like the Blue Jackets, Street Jackets camp. So we have something for everyone. Any kid that wants to stay busy, we've got something for them. And adults, we've got our adult leagues happening for softball, all the stuff. So
all kinds of things.
all kinds.
The website and Facebook, is
Yep,
that another way to follow?
absolutely. LancasterParks.com, and then our Facebook, Lancaster Parks and Recreation. So
Always, Jen, it's just great having you because you're always full of energy. And that's good because you need all that energy for all that you have happening.
yeah, definitely.
Are you sleeping a little better at night since you've been working at the parks, baby?
yeah, I definitely do.
yeah,
When
you
I
do.
close my eyes, I'm out. And yes.
Which we want the public to do the same. We
Right.
want you to get involved, to
Yeah.
go out and participate in the different activities and things that the Lancaster Parks and Recs has going on.
Right.
So at night when you lay your head
Yep,
on that
you gotta-
pillow, lights out, you're out. Jen,
Exactly.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Tina.
Folks, so going anywhere, I've got George coming up, the infamous George that so many talk about when it comes to the entertainment in downtown Lancaster for the Friday Night Bandstand. It is Down Home with Tina. Be right back.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
We want everyone to feel comfortable and safe, that you pick up that phone, you make that phone call, and let us just guide you and lead you where you want. And then you can make an informed decision about what's best for you and your family.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have George Kidder with me. He is the owner of Kidder Entertainment. We're going to find out all about George because George, I have heard his name, started a relationship with the Lancaster Parks and Recreation. How many years has it been, George?
Probably about 7 years. I started
7 years.
working with Mike, and they were still doing the shows in the gazebo then.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And then they went
And then
and
they
got the
graduated
stage.
and got the stage, yeah.
That's right. Beautiful stage.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect and wonderful. And it's great because people can sit out. Not that they didn't before, but it's even better to be able to watch and have that big of a stage compared to what the bandstand and all of it was at the gazebo and stuff. But so you've been with and working for about 7 years now, and you've brought some really great entertainment. What is some of the entertainers that you brought aboard to participate in downtown Lancaster right from the start?
Probably Motown Sound to Touch. We've had them a couple times. They're actually going to be here again this year by request. So if you like the Motown, you'll think the Temptations is on the stage. I mean,
Okay.
they're that good. I brought Callista Minton, she came up and sang as an opening act a couple times.
Okay.
She'll be again this year.
All right.
And in fact, I guess this week.
Yeah.
And she opens for Stadium 11, which I've had them several times.
Okay.
And in Central Ohio, a couple years ago, right during COVID, they won the QFM 96 House Band contest.
Nice.
So they're very, very good, very talented. But now they actually have a female singer.
They do?
Yes, Jody.
Okay, well, you bring the different genres of music, and do you find that to be very important for yourself to, you know, have those relationships with different types of bands to help accommodate? Because, I mean, we're downtown Lancaster, and we've got a crowd every Friday night that there's a bandstand for the different genres.
So one of the things I tried to do this year by request from the Parks Department, Jen and Jim, was we want more variety. So before it was mostly just classic rock. Of course, I'm a classic rock guy, you know.
It's kind of hard, though,
I mean,
right?
look at my shirt. So we don't have Thunderstruck yet, but we're going to have them here one of these days. But so I book a lot of country, but I'm not really a country fan.
Well, it's a big thing. I mean, there are so many people that listen
So this
to
year we
country.
do actually have a couple different country artists coming here.
Okay, you do.
And we got the Alan Carl Band that's at the end of the year.
What kind of country? There's so many different. There's new country, old country, yes.
But opening for him is Billy Payne, and this guy's won many awards in his genre. He's an outlaw country artist.
Okay, so you're going to have a little bit of both in one night.
In the same way with when we have Julia Novell here. She's from outside Logan, and personally know her, and she's new country.
Okay.
And a young man, his name is Matthew James, I believe it is. He's from Pomeroy.
Okay.
And he'll be opening for her.
Okay. And are they both new country?
They're both new country.
They are. Okay.
And then, like say, Callista Minton, she's actually between new country and pop now.
Okay.
So she can do about anything. But we actually, the opening acts are being sponsored by Adventure Pro Outdoors out of Nelsonville, which is another thing that I'm working with.
Do we usually have opening acts on Friday Night Bandstand?
We started doing that a couple years ago.
It wasn't every Friday, though, was it?
No.
It's not every Friday
time.
on this time either. Okay, perfect. Okay.
But I actually have a friend that I asked him that if he would sponsor these artists, if I helped him at his show, and he agreed to do that. So I'm actually paying them.
Oh, they are. So they're paid. The opening acts are, and well, of course,
they're getting
main
paid
act.
by Adventure Pro Outdoors and not Fairfield Fair.
George, why did you decide to do something like this, and how many years have you been into this business?
I've been in the music business probably 20 years. I used to be on the board for the Earth Angel Foundation, which is held in Lancaster.
Yeah.
The last 5 years I was on the board, I was in charge of the entertainment and brought all them big national acts in, the oldies acts.
Okay.
Until 2006 when we, one of the board meetings, they said, you know, if we keep getting all these oldies acts in from the 60s and 70s, we're going to have to go to the rest home. I said, I'll fix that problem. And next year we had Styx.
You did.
We had Styx. Man, what a show.
Very
And ever since that, I've been fortunate to work with a lot of different agencies, and now I actually own my own.
Very nice. So you help with Friday Night Bandstand with Lancaster Parks and Rec. What else do you have coming up? Because I'm sure you have other things happening this summer.
I'm trying to get some of my acts in other venues around the state. There's a lot of venues to work inside and out. But the biggest one I'm working on right now is called the Starbrick Music Festival.
Okay.
It's actually the same weekend as the Lancaster Festival is at the end.
Okay.
It's July 28th and 29th. We have all these huge tribute acts coming in from all over the country. And it's for the Chris Roll Foundation. He, a young man, 22 years old, died of a traumatic brain injury.
Oh, goodness.
And that's why this foundation was formed.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Do you do anything like smaller, or is it all on a larger spectrum? For instance, like the Friday
I
Night
do small
Bandstand
shows. I mean,
and things like that.
For instance, you met him already, Todd Berry.
Yeah.
I booked Todd Berry and a lot of your Eagles and I can't even think what they're called now. Different venues like the American Legions and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Over the years, and he's
you
quite
still
the
do that?
character, isn't he? And he's going to be in downtown Lancaster on June 16th, and you better be ready because he's bringing everything.
And that's what we
You just
talked
met
about
him.
on the show, yes, about with him, and told Jen, it's not just going to be the older crowd
Oh, no,
this year.
no, no,
And
no.
that voice of his, any of you that didn't watch it, get back on the Facebook page and watch and hear him. He brought tears to my eyes when he was singing one song. And then in the next song, which is what music is all about,
Right.
I was dancing with him.
Right.
Yeah. So
So
anybody else that we missed on the list?
I was going to say, we of course we have the British invasion again.
Oh, good. Okay. I was waiting for that one because I was like, you might have some upset people in
Yeah.
Lancaster if you don't bring
Yeah.
them back.
But I have so many other bands that I like to work with tribute acts that are endorsed by the original artists. So last year we had a chance to on Saturday night to bring in 2 different artists, and it filled the downtown. I wanted to do that again this year. Jen gave me 3 different dates.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the problem is I can't find the sponsors.
Okay.
If several sponsors could go together, and I can get them to make deals with me because they
Right.
want to come here.
They do.
You can't believe how many people want to come here and play here.
Really, what's really, really neat about it and so nice and for everybody to keep in mind, this is free entertainment for us.
Correct.
And so when you do have the sponsors, and is there any kind of creative way for a sponsor to, do you announce it during the shows? How do you get the word out about them being the sponsor
Well, I
for
help sell the
those?
brochures for the Lancaster Parks and Recreation, so I go to all those sponsors and ask them if they want to do a Saturday night. That's what we did last year when we had
Yeah.
the Lancaster Board of Realtors, and of course it
Yeah.
helps when you know the owner of Roosters, and
Oh, yeah.
that's when we did
Different
Hotel
things.
California.
Yeah.
But when Barracuda came, what a phenomenal, they want to come back.
Okay.
All these bands want to come to Lancaster.
They do. Yeah. It's just a matter of getting those to sponsor and pay for it.
Because it's the atmosphere.
It's a great feeling being
It's
downtown.
a great feeling to come here. They can't wait to come back. They tell all the other people from other bands, you need to go to Lancaster.
The experience that they have, that is super nice. And what a compliment that is to our citizens and those who attend those Friday night and Saturday night entertainment and events, because it really does say it's good family fun that people come out, and it packs house. What is your contact information, George, for anybody who may be interested in wanting to sponsor or that have any questions for you?
You could go to KitterEntertainmentofOhio.com. That's my new website.
Okay.
It has all the tribute acts on there. My phone number is 740-438-2933. And I'll have my banner up, I believe, downtown this year. My new banner.
Thank you so much. We finally got George on, guys. Yes. And thank you so much for watching. Folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
The staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Hey everybody, it is Down Home with Tina. If you're wondering, yes, I am sitting in my bathtub. I'm at my house. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I moved into this home in November, but it was before that I learned that the water temperature that you have for your house isn't necessarily the same water temperature as you have in your shower. Therefore, and I learned this because I had stayed at a friend's once, and the shower, it was really cool water. I didn't like it at all. And it was during the winter time, especially I didn't want cooler water. Anyways, I thought I'm going to learn how to fix this. I have a cousin who he does homes and things like that. And since I've had my own home, he is who I call, and he is generous enough to tell me how to do it. He actually said, I'm telling you how to do it. Because I was like, I want you to tell me. And he goes, oh, I am. It keeps him from coming over every time I need something. However, I'm so grateful for him. Anyways, I got this home and I had the same water thing going on. And I thought, I want to share it with all the folks that watch the show. So here I am. So what I needed was a Allen hex wrench is what it is. And it is a smaller one. This is standard. I think what has happened is I have stripped my screw. I've had this off a few times and didn't know which one to use. This one is a size, I'm trying to see. Oh, it's very small. I can't see. It's actually the smallest one that they have. So I took it because I was very adamant about wanting to do this and needing to do this for you all, that it took me at least 45 minutes to get the screw out because like I said, I think I've stripped it. So anyways, over here on this side is where the wrench went in. Over here, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I get it wrong all the time. I always have to call my cousin and ask. Don't ask me. I know I'm not a handy woman, but I try for myself. Also, because it took me so long, I always say for anybody that does any kind of project at home, unless you're using power tools or something like that that could be dangerous, wine or chocolate. And I have chocolate. I don't have power tools here, but I don't have any wine, so chocolate. I'm telling you what, that was really challenging. Anyways, I also have my screwdriver. So I take my screwdriver and I just unscrew this here. This is really pretty simple, you all. Take this screw out there. This piece here. There's a rubber piece there that comes out. And then I have this little, yes, it is a paint can opener. And the reason why I have this is because this pulls this right out really easily. This here is what is going to help you with your temperature. So initially it was over here, something like that. There's an arrow and it tells you hotter that way or cooler that way. Well, I like my showers to be hot. So I want to make sure that I put it back in the right way too, you all. I get it in there and I'm not sure if I have it all the way over, so I want to make sure I've got it as far over as I can. Some folks with younger kids don't like to have it too hot. And then just like that, it's so easy. Then I put this on here and then I put that little piece back on. And wherever my screw has gone, put it in there. It is. Oh, just so you know also, make sure you shut your drain. You don't want any, especially the screw that was on the handle, the little one, to fall down the drain. Mine didn't fall down the drain, but it's down here in the bathtub somewhere. You put that right back on there. My off is over here. You just make sure your handle is where the off is. And you take your wrench and you just screw that right back in there. That is one of the things that I learned how to do. And I hope it helps you out if you want to change yours. But another thing that I had happened to me since I've been here is I have a new washer and dryer. It was here when I bought the home. And it is a stackable. The dryer on top was not attached to the washer. And so the thing was when I ran my first load of laundry, the washer tried to bounce the dryer. It was bouncing so much the dryer about fell off the top. It was a very, very, very scary experience. Therefore, I did not figure this out. I thought it was because it was unbalanced, because they say make sure that your washer is balanced. I went as far as got this big wood platform by myself. Still don't know how I did it without hurting myself. Got it up underneath the washer. Yes, with the dryer on top of it. And it wasn't what it was. Do you know what it was? The people that installed the washer and dryer did not. I found this out after I got a handyman because we just didn't realize this. So do yourself a favor. Look inside the washer, shipping bolts. This yellow bright tag said, please remove shipping bolts. Yeah. That was a tough lesson. Expensive one as well. Anyways, I hope it doesn't happen to you. Thanks so much for watching the show. I hope you learned something today. God bless and good day. It's Down Home with Tina.